Welcome to the Voice of Oneness Tuesday evening meditation. It's October 22nd, 2024. I am Amora Bonet, your host for this meditation session. And I thank you for joining me here. And I'm seeing that everything is looking okay on my board here for sound. I had a little clicking in my headset, and I was wondering if that was going to interfere, but it doesn't seem to be on my end. If it's any clicking on in the recording, once I edit it, I will have it removed. But if you hear it now, I apologize, but it seems to be clear. It seems to all be good. It's one thing with technology, you never know where it's going to go when you turn it on. You, you have everything set, and all of a sudden it has a mind of its own. So everything looks clear for the broadcast, and I'm glad about that. So here we are, um, in the fall, beautiful season, weather changing. Our presidential election here in the U.S., just weeks away. There's a lot of highly charged energy, a lot of fear, a lot of anticipation, a lot of worry over what the outcome will bring, and a lot of preconceived ideas of what the outcome will be based on information that has been fed to us through sources that do not hold our best interest by far, but have an agenda. So the theme that we continue with in this season is choice. We each hold the gift of choice given to us by the Creator, that which created us. We all have come forth from the same source, God, Creator, infinite intelligence. And as the beautiful divine love and light that we are, we were given the choice. We have free will choice here in this experience on planet Earth. We get to choose. We get to choose our life experiences without realizing that we hold that power. Many times we don't set our own intention to experience outcomes of which we desire, realizing we hold the choice to do so. Many times we allow ourselves to be in a default setting where we're just accepting whatever life seems to bring our way without realizing that we get to determine what our life experiences are to be, whether we choose default setting or whether we choose to be responsible for and command the experiences we want. So every moment is a gift. Every moment is a gift of choice, an opportunity to make a choice. That's a gift. We get to choose. No one was given the power to choose for us. We are all individuated aspects of God consciousness. We are living lives as individuated aspects so that we may have the experiences of our choosing, so that we may grow in ways of which are our choice. Every choice is a thread in the fabric of our life. Every choice we make is a thread in the tapestry of our own life expression. Not someone else's choice for us, unless we have chosen to allow that to be. And if it's happening to us, we have chosen to allow it to be without realizing we have the choice and how to go about exercising our power to choose, believing that it is our birthright to do so, and that we are all equal parts of the same whole. We choose to see what we see. We choose to experience the life of which we're experiencing. That may be difficult to accept when we're experiencing a challenging life and we say, well, I wouldn't have chosen this. This isn't my choice. It is, in actuality, our choice, but we don't have the understanding, the depth of awareness to realize all the moving parts held within the power of choice. And we believe that we are subjected to the choices of others. We get to choose our experience based on what it is we want to experience. And if we are having an experience and we come to the realization that we do not like what we're experiencing, the first step that we suggest in the process of making a change is asking the question, why have I chosen this? Asking the question within yourself, not to anyone outside of you, but within yourself, within your own heart, in the quiet of your own space, whether it be in your home or out in nature or wherever it is that you feel comfortable. Sit and ask, why have I chosen this? And that's the question that we all need to ask. And once we ask that question, then we see what arises. It may come into our mind in the moment. We may have a dream that helps us to understand. Or someone may hold a conversation with us that brings understanding. We may see a video or come across a book that helps us to understand. But knowing that once we ask the question, the answer is given. Ask and ye shall receive. That is the law. That is part of what is called universal laws. So when we are asking, many times we feel that we're not receiving. It may be that that's how we're asking. It's how we are forming the question. If we're asking and we say, the question may be, why is this happening to me? It's not the same as, why have I chosen this? Why is this happening to me puts one in what's called a victim stance, a victim state of consciousness. Not one of us is a victim of life. We are the creation of life. We are the expression of life. We are the co-creators of life. We are not victims. We may be at a point in our awareness believing that we are, and that's okay. Right where we are, we meet ourselves right where we are. And we decide, because we have power of choice, we decide, does this feel good? Do I want to continue with this? Or do I want something different in my life? And if I want something different in my life, I have to start asking the questions. I have to ask, what brought me to this moment? Why have I chosen this? What is here for me? What is the gift in this? That once I unwrap that gift, now I'm ready to move forward in the direction of which I choose with a heightened sense of awareness that I am a co-creator and not a victim. We get to choose. And many times we feel, well, we've been dealt a hand in life, so to speak. Many people use that phrase, feeling that our experiences thus far that have led us to right where we are dictate our next step, dictate the future that we step into. Right where we are is simply the moment that we're in. The moment that we're in, we get to choose. We get to choose anew, each and every one of us. The gift arrives in the moment. Boom. We get to choose. Now, that does not mean if I'm in a circumstance that I don't like and I choose something different in my mind and I say, I want to move forward with this, that boom, in that instant, everything changes. It changes the energy and you begin to move in the direction of, but you've got to keep moving. You've got to keep in action, in pursuit of the manifestation of the choice, knowing that it's yours and it's here for you. But you've got to meet it, not just sit back and say, well, what's not working for me because I chose something different and I'm still in the same situation. No, I chose something different and I'm taking responsibility for where I am right here, right now. And I'm going to each day work with my choice and choices that I'm making. If I want a different experience, I first begin to use my imagination and imagine what my life will be like as I experience this new choice. And that choice can be anything from a simple choice to a complex choice, something that's a life-changing. Do I move to from the East Coast to the West Coast? Do I change jobs? Do I stay with a partner, marry a partner? Do I leave the partner? Is the relationship over? Whatever it may be. We have a myriad of choices, endless choices every day. Uh, but we get to choose and then experience. So if it is that I'm in a relationship and the relationship isn't going the way that I'd like it to go, and I'm choosing then to have a different experience. Perhaps it's with the partner that I'm with, or perhaps I need to leave. And then I ask myself, what do I need to bring about the outcome that I'm choosing? Perhaps it's I need counseling so that I can understand where I am truly and the choices and options I have. so that I can build up the strength and the confidence to move on. That's a possibility. And we say, okay, well, that's what I need. Then I'm going to continue to be in action. I'm going to get that which I need so that I can experience the fullness of my choice. If it's that I want to move and I'm going to change from the East Coast to the West Coast, then I've got to start researching areas on the West Coast and see what feels right. Where do I want to move to? Do I want to move to Oregon? Do I want to move to California? Where do I want to move to? Nevada? Where do I want to go? They're all different. And we have to sit and feel into that and decide what is the right choice. And the right choice, that's an interesting, as I just said, that the right choice. And that gives a lot of us a little anxiety because we no one ever wants to do a wrong action. We all are wired to do the right thing. So if we're feeling, I want to make a change, and that change is huge energy in and of itself, and then we put on top of that, make sure it's the right choice. Well, sometimes that can get so overwhelming that we're paralyzed by that, and we don't make any choice. And that happens many times. So it's say, okay, if I know that that has happened in the past, say for an individual, for you, for me, for whoever it may be, then we say, okay, I know that I want to make a choice. I've got this feeling that I want to make a change. I really feel like I'm drawn towards moving from the East Coast to the West Coast. I don't really know where. And I know that it's a big move. And I know that I get anxious and I know that I can easily get overwhelmed and shut down. So then I say, okay, then for me, what I need to do to stay in action is to chunk it, make it into bits. First, I'm just going to look at the state of California, and I'm going to explore that for a while and look at the different cities in California and what the places, the housing situation is. Well, there's a job situation, and the population. Do I want to live inland? Do I want to live on the coast? What do I want to live? Where do I want to live? What is important to me? And important to me by the lifestyle that I'm choosing. What supports my choice for lifestyle? I say, okay, well, I'm feeling that the West Coast supports my choice for lifestyle. I want to explore that. And I set out to do that. And then as I do that and I start researching, then feeling into what it feels like. Oh, this city in California, this looks good. Oh, there's job opportunities. Oh, the housing, that feels good. I like the neighborhoods or whatever it may be. It's starting to feel good and say, okay, this is a contender. It feels good. So then I can put that to the side and say, okay, let me look at some other states and see how they measure up against what feels good. Do they feel as good, not as good, or better? And then I could start to limit my choices. And I select then ultimately the one that feels right. And then I move forward. So it's the feeling that we pay attention to, not necessarily what makes, or not most of the time, what makes logical sense, but the feeling. So I could feel, for instance, and I've done this myself with my family. You know, I was born and raised in New York on Long Island. I love Long Island, but we got to a point with our family that we felt we wanted to make a change. And then I researched different areas and we wound up moving to California. We moved to California. We didn't have any jobs lined up. We knew that the potential jobs were there, but we moved following the feeling that this is the right move for us. And it all worked out. So we don't have to have everything exactly set and staged in order to step into something. We're flowing with the energy that is free from fear. It doesn't hold the what if I get there and it doesn't work out? What if I get there and I don't get a job? What if I, no, it's, I know the job is there. It's waiting. I know that everything else is set up. It's all waiting. It's all good. This is the right move at the right time. Thus I go. This is how we make decisions. This is how we make choices. And I know for a lot of clients, it's difficult because there's so many things to consider. But when we settle down and we say, whoa, 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 what I need to consider most is my ability to allow the flow of life, the current of life to carry me. I am a co-creator. I've been given the gift of choice. Truly, all my needs are met once I allow. If I'm experiencing my needs not being met, the reason is somewhere I'm crimping off the flow. Somewhere, a belief that I'm holding, my unwillingness to be flexible, perhaps, whatever it is, there's something going on within my own energy or your own energy that's creating the disconnect, creating that sense of feeling unable to choose or disconnected. And I say, okay, well, first, before I make any choice, I've got to come into balance within myself. I've got to find out what's going on, that things are not flowing as they are to when I'm in the flow of love. Somewhere I've got fear, something I'm fearful of, something, a memory that I'm holding that I'm not even aware is impacting me in my decision that I'm making. And this happens in relationships a lot of times. We'll have a memory for something that happened in a past relationship and we bring it into the present and we project it onto the partner that we're with. And they had nothing to do with it and know nothing about it, but it's very active in the relationship and it could cause problems. But when we become aware of what's going on, then we can make a choice to step into action to do what we need to do, whether it's healing, work, or whatever it may be, so that we come into balance and we can choose our actions and the outcomes that we want because we are co-creating our life. Every choice we make is a thread in the tapestry of our life experience. So that leads us to it's my choice, the life I'm experiencing. I am the co-creator of it. So I get to choose the outcome. I get to choose. No one gets to choose for me. That does not equal everything in the outside world is exactly as I want it to be. All the players in this life experience are doing what I want them to do. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means they're doing what they need to do based on the choices that they've made. We don't get to control the outside world. We don't get to control other people's choices. We get to choose how we respond to the world of which we are living within. We create our own experience of the world of which we are experiencing. So that leads us up to this very chaotic and highly charged energy based on an election. people very fearful of possible outcomes, believing that, oh my gosh, this will be horrific and I won't have choice. My choices will be taken from me. Your choice, your ability to choose to co-create can never be taken from you by somebody outside of you, simply because it was not given to you by somebody outside of you. It was given to you by God who created you. No one can change that. You get to choose your own experience. Where are you in your consciousness? What state of consciousness have you chosen? Have you chosen fear? Have you chosen to subscribe to agendas that are put forth by different factions in our world, or the politics, whether it's uh, food industries, pharmaceutical companies, whatever it may be, medical? It, it I call it the medical wheel. It doesn't matter what the source is that is feeling oppressive. It's how we respond to it. How do we respond? Do we respond with loving kindness? Are we loving ourselves? Do we have healthy boundaries? Do we treat others like we wish to be treated? Or are we choosing to meet the lowest common denominator amongst us and get down in the mud with everyone and battle over things that we have no true connection to because we've been hypnotized by a story? That's not who any of us are. We're all one. We're all from the same source. That source is love, pure love, and only love. If that source is pure love and only love, then each and every one of us is that source. But we've got some mud on us. We've got a little cleaning to do. We've got some work to do till we come to that realization that we are that which is pure. And we do that by taking ourselves there. No one can take us there. We have to do it. We have to allow it. We have to allow that. And that simply is done by each and every one of us in the moment of which we choose. We can just close our eyes, put our hands on our heart space, and just focus on feeling the connection to love. We were created by God, the Creator. God is in every aspect of creation, every part and parcel, every cell of our body is imbued with the love of which we are. God is ever present, never in absence. We choose to see what we see. We choose to define what we see in the ways that we do, based on whatever we're feeling we need. When we get to a point and we release that need and surrender it to that which created us, surrender and trust. I surrender and trust, for I know that all that I need will be provided. I don't need to control anything. I don't need to make things happen. I simply need to experience the flow of life as it comes to and through me and allow it to be present, to join together in this experiencing of life as co-creators here. And we then experience the beauty of that which we are. As we emit from our own energy field the love of which we are, that love is shared with everyone because we're all connected. It goes out into the field. We live in a unified field of the expression of love. Now, we may be feeling unloved at the moment. We may be feeling frustrated, saying, how do I connect to this love? I don't know. My life is a mess. That's where we are in the moment. We say, okay, I take responsibility for this because it's the result of my choices that I didn't even know that I was making that have gotten me to where I am. Now, help. Help me. You can say, help me, God, I surrender this to you. And there are so many ways to do that. Each of us is to do what feels right for us. We choose what feels right. And there isn't any of us that is lacking in the feeling of what is right for us. We all know. Whether or not we're allowing is another question, but we all know. So we can't use that as an excuse. I don't know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Simply sit back, put your hands on your heart, and allow yourself just to breathe, just be. Because guess what? There's nothing you need to create. You've already been created. You're not lacking anything. You've already been created in wholeness. We are in the process of remembering that. And we are at a beautiful time in this world that we are living. It's the time of the great reveal. What does that mean? The great reveal is the time where the light is shining on the truth. Everything that is true is illuminated by the light. Everything which is false, as the light shines on it, is revealed and it crumbles. It cannot stand and shine in the light of truth. So, thus, we see things around us collapsing. We feel things inside of us collapsing. If we've been holding on to beliefs about ourselves that are not true, guess what? It's going to be revealed. It's going to come up and we're going to experience the process of letting go. There's no way that we get to not step into the truth of who we are. If we get to the process, and some of us will be there and we'll say, nope, I'm not interested. I like what I'm holding on to and I'm not willing to let go. Remember, no one's going to take it from you. No one's going to take it from you. No one's going to make it better. No one's going to take it from you. You hold the choice. And you sit with it, whatever that choice may be. And you'll experience the outcome of your choice. When we want to experience and we're choosing to experience love, then that's going to be our outcome. If we want to stay with fear and we're not willing to let it go, then that's where we sit at this time of the great reveal. I hope that makes sense. So no matter what it is we're choosing, it's ours. We hold 100% responsibility for our choice and what we experience is through our own hand. That which created us, the God which created us, is within us. The presence is within. The great master, Jesus the Christ, told us years ago, the kingdom of heaven is within, not without. It's not some mansion in the hills. It's not all the money in the world. That's the stuff of this world. That was made in this world, that stays in this world. It goes nowhere. What's important is what each of us is made of, because that travels with us through infinity. And that's our experience. We hold what it is that we are. We are love. We are beauty. We are co-creator. We are an expression of God's highest creation. We're not walking around, each and every one of us, in full awareness of that. So we're bumping up against things that feel very uncomfortable because we haven't truly grasped that we're one. We haven't truly looked through the eyes of one. We are seeing the many and believing that the many are all individuals separate from one another. That's an illusion. That's not the truth of who we are. We are individuated aspects of the one consciousness, experiencing life through our choices. To remember that we are one. Knowing that, understanding conceptually, allows us to step into the practice of choosing to experience life from the point of oneness. I choose to exercise the power of choice filled with the love of which I am, meaning I treat myself in a loving way, honoring that I am a divine being of love, here to remember the fullness of that which I am. And I am here together with the presence that is within me, that flows to me, through me, as me, and experiences life, gifting me in each and every moment with the power of choice. Not demanding that I do anything in any prescribed way, but simply experience is what the presence is saying to us. Experience that which I created, which is you. Experience life by making your choices. The choices which create joy and the choices which create sorrow. Leads us to move in the direction of that which we are. And as we begin to see all those around us through the perception of, oh, we are all of the same whole. We are all pieces of the same puzzle. We want to call it a puzzle, we'll call it the whole oneness or life or pizza or puzzle, whatever you want to call it. We are all individuated aspects of having experienced lives, having experienced the choices from the very beginning of our inception, our origin as we were created, all of our ancestry has made their choices, which reside too within us as we come forth to choose again, to choose anew, to add to the fullness of the expression of life, the fullness of awakening to that which we are in truth. So when we look at this time and we realize, yeah, there's a lot going on in our world. There's a lot of changes being made rather quickly. There's a lot of light shining now. There's going to be a lot of different things happening in the world. Awakening of our oneness, not only with those on the planet, but also with those that are from other planets as well. There'll be so much more information coming in the light of truth and not scripted in a way to get us to behave a certain way, but shining in the light of truth, not in deception, not in manipulation, not in struggles for power, but in pure love, the exchange of pure love. And this is where we're heading. This is direction we're heading. And we each get to choose how to move in that direction from where we find ourselves right here and right now today. Where am I within my consciousness? This is the time of the election. This is time when everyone's going a little, they're very tense. And we can say, yes, it's tense. It's tense because it's uncertainty. We don't know what's yet to be in the collective expression. But I know what's to be in my own experience because I choose it. I choose to follow my passion in my life. I choose to treat myself in a loving way. I choose to treat my neighbor in a loving way. I choose to treat my coworkers in a loving way. I choose not to gossip about people. I choose to be kind to others. I choose to allow people when they're having a bad day and not demand that they behave a certain way, but say, you know what, that's yours. You do it, and I'll meet you over here. I'm going over here because I'm not going to participate with you, but I'm not going to tell you you need to do it another way. I'll let you be. And this is the experience that we're meeting now, to realize that we are to choose our own conduct, aligning with that which created us. And as more and more of us do it, the world of which we live in will reflect that. But if we spend so much of our time trying to change the world we're living in without any time working on the inside, we get nowhere. We're the hamster on the wheel. And those that are manipulating the script for us to stay trying to change the outside are laughing. And that need not take place. So we have the choice. We hold the power. Elected officials do not hold the power unless we say so. If a major food company puts something out in the market, and if the people, we the people, decide that that something is not good for us, and we stop purchasing that product, we hold the power. Now the company has to either change that product and give us one that we are choosing, or they lose all that revenue. And eventually they fall. We, the people, hold the power. When we're going to vote for someone, we do that power of choice. What does it feel within us? Not based on the personality. As I've said this so many times, we have to close the eyes, because we don't want to see the person's face. We don't want the personality. We don't want the party. We want what they represent. We want the platform. Does this feel right? Does it feel loving? Is it kind? Truly, truly, when we take away the rhetoric, we really have to look at it. Have we been helped in any way or harmed in any way? We really got to look at it, and the evidence is there. When we look at it with an unbiased eye, we can see. And that's our responsibility as the people of this great nation to say, what is it we want to live in? Do we want to live in a feudal society? Do we want to live in and under the thumb of those that are controlling and not allowing for free choice? Or those that are allowing for free choice? And we have to look and say, not just what they're saying, not the words coming out of their mouth, but what have they done? What do their actions say? What are they doing now? Not what they did 10 years ago, but what are they doing now? Does it make sense? Are they doing truly a service for the people of this nation, the people entering this nation? Are they truly doing a service or a disservice? Evidence is there. Just look. We have to look. And whatever the outcome is, realize you choose your life. You choose how you respond to it. Life goes on, it continues. The person who is the winner of a race, life doesn't end there. It goes on, it continues. So if it's someone that I was opposed to, that was not my choice, and I say, okay, this is where I find myself. This is what's happening in this world. This is the collective expression. And you can say, now, this is the chosen leader. Why? What is the reason behind this? What is it we are to glean from this? What is to be experienced here? Does this person, by their actions, cause us to go within more, to truly find our truth, to take back our power because we are pushed to that point? We're no longer looking for a savior, that we're realizing that we have to choose. That could be. That's an outcome based on our own choosing, if that's what we choose. So there are so many different outcomes based on what it is we are choosing. How do we choose to relate to it? Not by what the news media tells us, not by what some friend or family member who is very persuasive tells us, not by what we think we believe in. We've really got to question. Do I really feel this? Is this what I really want? Do I really want this? Does this mean that much to me that I really want? Do I really believe in? And then based on the answers you receive, take action. But realize you hold the power always, unless you've given it away. And if we feel so strongly about a candidate, and we feel the world is going to end if we don't get that candidate, then we've definitely given our power away. And I know that many of you don't want to hear that. But that when you think about it and you sit and reflect on it, you realize, oh boy, those words are true. We certainly have those that we feel are better suited for the position. Absolutely. Absolutely. And those that stand for a different platform, absolutely. But is it the platform you want to stand on? Is it a platform that's made on lies, or is it a platform that's truth? And this is the great reveal. So if someone wins and they stand on a platform of lies, guess what's going to happen to that platform? It's going to fall. And then we'll see. And we'll go, oh. And we'll make our choices then based on what we see. But if we're choosing hatred, if we're choosing disgust, how could we be disgusted with someone when that someone that we are interrelating with is us? We're all one from the same whole, having a life experience in a different physical form. We may have behaviors that we don't condone. We go, oh my gosh, I don't like the behavior, but it's not the individual. It's not to have hate in the heart for the individual and believe that they are their behaviors. Nobody's their behaviors. The behaviors are learned. The behaviors are not that which we were created as. We were created as love, pure love. So all the behaviors that we've taken on through different lifetimes that are now being expressed here and now have been learned. We weren't born with hatred. We learned it. We weren't born with racism, true racism. We learned it through fear, through conditioning, through manipulation. Those behaviors that we do not like when we see them within others, we have to ask ourselves, are they within us? And when we look, we'll find them. May not be to the same degree, but you'll find it. And you say, okay, now let me work on it within me. Because as I work on it within me, this is the energy that I'm giving off to the collective. And this is how we heal collectively. We must each go within, take back the power, take the responsibility, and start to be the change we wish to see in the world. Truly, truly, truly be the change. Live it. Don't just speak it, live it. Don't just think it, live it. Live it, live it, live it. Because you are that which you are waiting for. You hold within you all that you wish to see. Start making the choices to bring it about. You hold the power, you hold the choice. So now I'm going to end with a meditation where we're going to sit, if you choose, and we're going to think about and experience what we've just discussed. So close the eyes. Feel the energy of you. Just take a breath in. You are within your own body. You are within your own field. You're experiencing the expression of you here and now. Wherever you may be as you sit and breathe, there you are. You're aware that you're present in this moment, and that's all that there is. This moment, as this moment must be released to give rise to the next moment. We live moment by moment in truth. So let's take a breath in. Hold that breath. and release. Take another nice deep breath in. Hold that breath. And release. One more nice deep breath in. Hold. And release. And now just allow yourself to breathe in your normal rhythmic pattern. You're free to be right here, right now. You are loved beyond measure, simply as you be. The you who is whole, the you who is beauty, the you who is a being of luminous light, the you who has a heart so filled with love. All that you could possibly imagine that you need is within you, here and now. The light of which we are, the light of which we are individually and collectively. Is there darkness? Yes, there is. Is there light? Yes, there is. But we choose our experience. We choose to call upon the light, or if we choose to call upon the dark. Where there is light, there is dark. And as the darkness is drawn into the light, the darkness begins to fade as the light shines and reveals itself as truth. And darkness is simply the illusion of power. Light is true power. Simply is. Allow for the light to flow down to the top of your head now. Imagine a luminous being of light standing before you, so bright, so pure. This beautiful being of light pours light all around you and within your body now. The light begins at the crown, the top of your head, and gently flows through your entire body. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, your body is filled with this luminous light. So pure, so bright, so potent is this light. This light now exits your body through the soles of your feet, flows through the layers of the earth, reaching the center core of the earth, the heart of Gaia, the Mother Earth, joining with the light held within her heart in a divine union of light, so pure, so potent. This beautiful light is intertwined This potent light is now released from the heart of Mother Earth, flows back up through the layers of the earth, all the way back to the soles of your feet. Your body receives this light, and this light begins to flow upwards into your ankles, your knees, your thighs, to the pelvic floor as a sea of shimmering light, so bright, so pure, so potent. And this light now begins to travel upwards into your root center at the base of your spine, seeing, feeling, or just knowing the presence of a ruby red ball of light. This is your root chakra, your connectedness to the earth. This light fills this center, cleansing, purifying, restoring the balance to the energies held within this center, to the correct frequency and perfect resonance with your consciousness here and now. Having restored the balance to the root center, the connectedness to the earth, stability, security. The light moves upwards to the creative center, your sacral center, beautiful orange ball of light about 2 inches below your navel. Seeing it, feeling it, or just knowing that it's present as the light flows into this center, filling it with its luminous rays, cleansing, purifying, restoring the balance to the energies held within this center. To the correct frequency and perfect resonance with your consciousness here and now. Having restored balance to the sacral center, the white light moves upwards to the solar plexus, yellow ball of light in the center of your stomach, or your belly. Receives this white light as it flows in and fills this center with its luminous rays, cleansing, purifying, and restoring the balance to the energies held within this center, to the correct frequency and perfect resonance with your consciousness here and now. Having balanced the solar plexus, the white light moves upwards to the heart center. Beautiful emerald green ball of light spins in a clockwise direction as the white light flows in and fills this center with its luminous rays, cleansing, purifying, restoring balance to your heart center, your center of truth. The energy within this center now is perfectly balanced in resonance with your consciousness here and now. The white light now moves upwards to the throat center. Beautiful sky blue ball of light spins now in a clockwise direction as the white light flows in, filling this center with its luminous rays, cleansing, purifying, restoring the balance to the energy held within this center, to the correct frequency and perfect resonance with your consciousness. Here and now. Having restored balance to your center of truth and communication, the light moves upwards to the third eye center. Beautiful indigo blue ball of light spins round and round and round as the white light fills this center with its luminous rays, cleansing, purifying, restoring the balance to the energies held within this center, to the correct frequency and perfect resonance with your consciousness, here and now. Having restored the balance to the third eye center, the white light moves upwards to the crown. Beautiful violet and gold ball of light spins in a clockwise direction, drawing into its center core the white light. The white light fills this center with its luminous rays, It cleanses, it purifies, and restores the balance to the energies held within this center, to the correct frequency and perfect resonance with your consciousness here and now. Having aligned the 7 main centers of your body in harmony, the white light is released from the crown, moves upwards to a crystalline star about 12 inches above your head. This beautiful star is now spinning round and round as the white light is drawn into its center core and flows out in all directions, filling the space of which you are seated within and moving beyond the walls of your space as it flows around the globe and into the cosmos. This light flows where it is needed most for cleansing, for purifying, and restoring balance. To all who are open to receive, the land, the waters, all of the kingdoms of this planet and beyond, we share this light openly as one, as it is the light of all being. We breathe in, the light is drawn back into the star, and we breathe out, the light is released back to the source. And we sit within our energy, and we breathe and we feel our presence, knowing that our presence is imbued with the presence of the Creator. Each and every cell, every part of our being is the expression of the Creator's love. Already created in the fullness of the love of which we are. We breathe in and out. Now imagine right here, right now, you are lying in your bed, eyes closed, and you're dreaming. It is a very vivid dream. You're dreaming of the world of which you choose to experience. It's alive and rich with color, rich with the aromas that are pleasing to you. The weather is the perfect weather for you. You live in the perfect home for you. Everything that you're experiencing in all the details of this dream are a match for you. Notice what you see, what arises for you to view. As your soul leads you here on a journey in your dream, experiencing the beauty that is you. As together you create the life of your dreams. Take a few moments now and enjoy your creation, all the details. Experience it, feeling it, perhaps seeing it, or perhaps knowing it so deep within you, knowing it to be. It is now your reality. Experience the joy for a few moments. Let it flow. Having experienced the beauty of your dream, the dream begins to come to a close. And you can feel yourself waking up from the dream. You breathe in and out. Before you open your eyes, you understand that you will hold on to the pieces of the dream that are most important to you in the here and the now, that you can bring forward and contemplate in your daily rounds or in meditation. Begin to work with these aspects of the dream to create a world of which you desire to experience, as each of your choices is a thread in the tapestry of your life. And so it is done. When you are ready, you may open your eyes. Mm. That was beautiful, and that felt beautiful, and I'm looking now at these beautiful eyes looking back at me. Hmm, vision I am just having here. Hmm. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this discussion and meditation. I hope that it is very helpful to you. If you have any questions, please contact me. Um, my information's available in the show notes. And love yourself. Love yourself, and let that love pour out to others as best you can, so that you may rise up during this very difficult and challenging period of our history. Rise up and claim your divinity. Your divinity. Vote for you so that you may choose with clarity and an open, loving heart. And so it is. Thank you. If you have liked what you've heard here, please like and subscribe. If you're listening to this on Patreon and you are not yet a member, please join us. We will be having our Sunday meeting, a session of which we'll bring through the team on the 27th of October at 10 a.m. And that is Arizona time, which is the same as Pacific time right now until Pacific time changes. But it's Arizona time. And I look forward to seeing you all again real soon, next week, perhaps for meditation, perhaps in individual sessions, or perhaps in dream time. Thank you. Bless you all. Good night.